Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman, and we are, as you can see, broadcasting from Studio B. And I believe we're going to go to another Studio B studio, if I'm not mistaken. Glenn Stevens Jr., good friend and executive director of MICHauto and vice president of Automotive and Mobility Initiatives at the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce. Glenn, it is always good to see you. How you doing?
Good to see you too. I'm doing great. Thank you for having us on today.
Well, and we are both doing as well as the Lions, which we haven't been able to say in a long time.
No, it's a positive feeling. It feels good. I'm not sure it's real yet, but we're just going to enjoy it.
Some of us old guard are not going to be sure it's real till it happens. So
Right.
let's just live with that. You know, last week we were on hand with you in Detroit for the MICHauto Summit, following a welcome from Sandy Baruah, Chamber's executive director. We heard remarks from Governor Whitmer. Any news come out of that?
Just a little. We've been working for some time with our partners around the state on how do we build our high-tech talent capabilities for the future here in Michigan across all industries, primarily our auto and mobility industry, and working with the state and the governor's office and the MEDC and the Office of Future Mobility and Electrification. We're able to obtain a $2 million grant to work on that very, very specific task. So we're really excited about it. We've already been working on it. We've got a lot of things in motion, a lot to do. We're going to do this in 1 year.
Glenn, as I reflect, and I've got background with MEDC and of course the last couple of governors, I have never seen everybody pull together like they have recently.
Yeah, I would agree. I really would. And it's a credit to, it's a credit to the different organizations around the state that they're willing to come to the table and, share best practices, find the synergy. But it's a credit to the administration, the Labor and Economic Opportunity Office and the MEDC and others to be able to come together to do this. So I like, like the Lions, I like the feeling right now. And I do believe this is real. So that's good.
Well, it's absolutely real. So how did the summit go? Give us a rundown on that.
Yeah, we sought to do something a little bit different in that we wanted to have not your typical automotive mobility conference. We really wanted to talk about people, their stories, what they believe is going to help build Michigan for the future with regards to communities, infrastructure, things like that, and also what's going to attract people here. Also talk about things which are, important, but not always what everybody can get around, things like DE&I and things like that. And I thought, we had really frank conversations about how we continue to build that. So all in all, a real big success because we had those meaningful conversations.
So did it pretty much then hit the mark of focusing on accelerating our tech talent future?
Yeah, because all of those things that make, a community, a state, a region, Michigan strong are going to be why people want to live here, come here, build lives here, which means tech talent and digital talent, because all jobs are transitioning to more and more digital capabilities. Every company you could say is a tech company in one form, and certainly our automotive companies are tech companies right now. So we really do think that we're in the right direction, and hopefully Thursday, I think, not hopefully, but I think in reality, we help move that conversation forward.
Well, I don't mind telling you, whenever we come to one of your events, there's several things that happen. We get a lot of stories out of the room because a lot of the people involved in this are there. And so you're responsible for a lot of our programming, which is really, we thank you for that. But just running into old friends and knowing that the people involved in this, they don't turn over a lot.
No, I think there's a lot of people who are really committed to this. And they're coming from different places and audiences that we typically wouldn't be. Like the startup community is continuing to grow here, but they were in the room. Both the startups themselves, people who are supporting venture capital growth, people like Doug Song and Trista Tyne, who are really working on startup innovation. So they're in the room now with the automotive community because we all are in this together.
So you had a real blend of presentations and table talks last Thursday covering economic competition, talent, future workforce attraction to Michigan, along with other aspects of mobility, obviously, and innovation. Tell us about that. Who was there?
Well, I think we had 4 different keynotes, including the governor, and we had 3 different table talks. And they came from all over. In fact, we had a young man who started a business up in the Keweenaw Peninsula come. We had Tammy Dorr from Denver, who used to be in Detroit, come and talk about what's going on in Denver with regards to talent attraction. A lot of diversity and a lot of topics that really are promoting inclusion in the industry and opportunity for people. So I think we hit the mark with regards to a diverse crowd and diverse conversation about what's going to make Michigan grow for the future. And it's all going to depend on people.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Well, we are one of the places people should seek to come. It's just not enough of them know that.
Right. And I think that you're going to see more from the state and from industry, including MICHauto, and some of the things we're going to be working on to make sure that Michigan is a destination for the people who grow up here and people who want to move here and build lives. And that's really going to be a priority for all of us.
Yeah, it certainly is. And thank you for being a part of this, my friend. Always good to spend time with you. Glenn Stevens, Jr., Executive Director of MICHauto and Vice President of Automotive and Mobility Initiatives at the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce. You have a good week, my friend, and we will talk to you soon because we need updates almost hourly on what you're doing.
You got it. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Take care.
All right. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. We'll be back with more.